Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, dude, just, over here just living the dream.
Oh my gosh. So where are you calling from today?
My kitchen.
Your kitchen. Nice. It's a nice kitchen.
Thanks, bro. Just I got everything ready for coffee. I'm pretty serious about this stuff, man.
Oh
So,
yeah, man. I got mine ready too. I got my
yeah.
I got my water boiling on my floor over here.
Yes, sir.
Nice, nice. Little spout.
Yeah, let's go.
um, so can I ask you, what have you been
Yeah.
doing? Have you developed any new hobbies over the quarantine?
Oh, dude, yeah, actually we have, man. So, we have started like kayaking like almost every day actually. It's kind of crazy.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. So we live about, I don't know, maybe about 300 yards from a kayak drop off of the Harpeth River. And
Uh-huh.
so we've been going like almost every day, like we've been going with friends and we've been going with our kids, and it's been awesome, dude. It's been so fun.
Oh my gosh. That is totally not what I was expecting. That's crazy. That's so fun.
Yeah, yeah, it's been super super cool. Um, I'm from California, so like we used to do a bunch of stuff that like kept us super active. But in Tennessee, it's hard because there's no snow, there's no ocean, there's no like it's just we have a couple lakes, but like I feel really spoiled because the lakes in California are like vastly better than the lakes in Nashville.
Oh
So
yeah.
there is one that's a nicer lake. It's about an hour and a half away, but I lived like 15 minutes from like a really beautiful lake growing up. So
Hmm.
it's been kind of hard to find those things, but we've been kayaking. It's been amazing, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. I can't believe it took us, 7 years or whatever we've lived here to start doing it. So
So it just took one global lockdown to get you
there it is.
kayaking.
That was it. That's all it took.
That's all it took. 2 months at home. All right.
Yeah.
So you released the music video for Glorify earlier in May. Can you tell me a little bit about this song?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
what
dude.
inspired this song for you?
Okay, so you know, so this is gonna be my third record that I'm
Yeah.
gonna release in hopefully January of next year. Uh,
Nice.
so we kind of started working on this record in a season where I was kind of walking out of a bunch of stuff, just um, personally, just dealing with a lot of like anxiety and stress and all this stuff, and I felt like I was a little bit I was just confused. I didn't really know what to write about, And I know that
Mm.
sounds so strange, but I just I felt like I was like, man, I don't really know what to say. You know what I mean? And I knew that there was a lot that I had felt so blessed because I felt like the Lord really just pulled me out of so many things.
Hmm.
And it was one of those moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. Like we're like doing all this stuff. You also might hear my kids because we are literally
Oh,
in my
you're in
kitchen.
the kitchen.
Uh, but
Part of the fun.
but but yeah, so we man, we just I I started realizing, man, that like the Lord had kind of just like given me this gift of kind of feeling led to say everything that he had kind of put me through and or pulled me through
Mm.
it, really like
Yeah.
guided me through, I guess you could say. um and so I had kind of been in this season of like, what do I do, what do I say, what's next. um and the word glorify kind of came up in a songwriting session, and the word actually, the actual definition of glorify is praise and worship. um and so I was like, oh man, this is so great. But then it got even better because the subcontext of glorify is actually to acknowledge the splendor and majesty of God through one's actions. And so I was like,
Nice.
oh dude, like this is like exactly what I want my life to represent. It's exactly
Hmm.
what I feel like I just desperately want. um yeah, I just wanted everything that I said on this record to kind of mean praise and worship. I wanted it to mean pointing people to him, that it's not about me. You know, none of this is about me or singing or my songs or anything. It's all about just bringing glory to God. And so that song kind of just came out of that season, out of a conversation with my producer and a songwriter, who's one of my best buds. And it was kind of one of those things where it was like, okay, we know exactly what we're gonna say here. And so it's been a big one for me. I'm really excited. It's been encouraging to see all the people that have connected with it already.
Yeah, totally. I love it. I listen to it. It's like on autoplay in my car. So I turn on the car, it's going.
Dude, thank you, bro. That's amazing.
I love it, man. So is that the title of the record when it comes out? Glorify?
No, it's not the title of the record. Yeah.
Do you know the title of the record yet?
Well, yes. So unofficially, it's gonna be titled "Say It," actually. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
I'm pumped, man. I'm so pumped.
All right. So can we talk for a second about the charity you've chosen today? And I have links down to that in the video description for the charity that Jordan chose. Yeah.
Compassion, man. Compassion is man, they've been such an incredible like partner with us, you know?
Yeah.
From the moment I started touring, and right now we're seeing such a shift in people's lives here, which is translating to a lot of children around the world. And so right now, I think more than ever, we're just really trying to boost up people in the heart of being the church, and coming together and providing for these families and these children that don't have, you know, they don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have schooling, you know. And so it's a huge part of, you know, what I feel like is really a calling on my life to be the church, to actually be the church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I love it. And if you want to donate, links, videos description below, and that link is to the to like the COVID-19 relief page for where they really need the extra help. So
yes,
it's a great place to go. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for some coffee?
Dude, oh my goodness, am I ready? Like, I'm so
all right. This is a new segment called Coffee with Jordan and Zach. Very, very descriptive. All right. I'm warming up my water now, but we can get this going. Yes. I got my filter here.
Yes, you do.
All right.
There it is.
Here we go. Now, I have not done this in, I think, like 2.5 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I'm going to need a little refresher.
Okay. All right. So, okay, the first thing that I do is, you want to, I don't know if you have one of these.
Yes.
You get out your scale. So I don't know why, but like this, so everything that I've learned with coffee is, so coffee to water ratio, majority of the time is 16:1. So for every gram of coffee that you are grinding, you are doing 16 times that in water. So so basically, like, what I like to do is coffee.
Right.
And so I'll do basically here, I'll pull it down right here. I will do essentially 42 grams, which is my sweet spot, especially with the specific roast, which is from one of my favorite roasters here in Franklin. They're called Honest. Shout out. Also, shout out to The Well. They're amazing as well.
Nice. This week's sponsor.
Oh, yeah. So you got the coffee. Oh, yeah. So the other thing that I've learned, and I'll bring this right here, so is grind settings. I know that sounds crazy, but that has made a huge difference. So like basically this little thing right here, it toggles over and it'll go
right.
And basically the larger the number, the larger the grain, or the larger the grind. And then my sweet spot is right between 18 and 19. So it's basically 18 and a half.
Yeah, I think this is like 16-ish.
Okay,
I got
there you
here.
go. Oh, you've already got it, Grind. See,
I got it ground.
you know what's up, bro. You know what's up. So I'm gonna grind it. It's gonna be loud for a second. I'm so sorry.
All right, we're ready.
I feel like I'm on a cooking channel. This is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a free lesson
oh yeah.
for all the viewers.
Okay, so first thing, don't do that.
Oh,
So fold it back up actually the way that it was brought to you.
all right, all right.
This is the way that I've learned heavily, okay, here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the thin end
Oh yeah.
and you're gonna do the trifold end right here.
Uh-huh.
That trifold end is actually gonna go right here on your spout end right here.
Okay, so
Yep.
like this.
So the thick side will go with the spout.
Thick side and spout. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
So
Boom.
then,
Oh yeah, art.
so then we're gonna do the most coffee snob thing of all time.
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready, but you're gonna actually rinse the paper.
Right.
You're going to basically get the paper wet.
Okay. Okay.
And so once that water drains into the bottom of your Chemex, what I like to do is I like to just basically open the top of my kettle back open
Mm-hmm.
and I put the water back in, just to conserve water. Try to eliminate some of the waste.
It's good for the planet, saving water.
You know, saving the whales. Here we go.
The whales, they need it, man. Oh, there. Okay. Boom.
So next, we're gonna have to check what your water temp is. Now I see you have a Bonavita, correct?
I think so. This is all my brother's stuff.
Okay. Do you have a temp gauge on it or no?
I don't see one. No.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think I do.
okay. That's okay. So that's where this gets crazy. So basically, for this specific bean, I go at 205 degrees. Now it's crazy because I know this sounds insane.
That sounds pretty hot, yeah.
I know. So what's crazy is, depending on which bean you're doing and depending on temperature as well, some people will go down to like 198. Some people go 202 or 204 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, 205 for some reason is what I think
That's
is
the money.
I can taste it the best there.
Okay.
But you can adjust it, and what's crazy is, you can taste different notes. This is where you get really
notes. That's the snobby word. There you go.
You can taste different notes at different temperatures. So for this one, there's like peach and lychee and some other stuff. And so when I brew it at 205, it tastes more like peaches to me. So crazy.
That sounds so good.
Crazy. So I'm gonna dump my coffee in.
Okay. I'm just doing a couple scoops because I don't have a scale.
Oh, there you go.
The old-fashioned way.
I like it.
Okay, now this is where like the science meets the art, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So I know that you don't have a scale, but basically what we would do is I zero out my scale now. So you tear your scale, and then yes, this is where the art of it comes in. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna start your first pour, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna actually start a timer the moment that I start dumping water.
Okay.
And so basically you're gonna pour just to get the grounds wet.
Yeah.
Not to do anything other than that, and it's called the bloom. So basically, so I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna hit my timer right now. And for me, I don't know. I think you're probably at about, I don't know, maybe 20 some grams of coffee.
Yep.
For me, I have 42. So I did about 80 grams of water to bloom it. And I'm gonna let it bloom for about 45 seconds.
Okay.
Because basically what's happening right now is you're actually releasing all the bad oils from the coffee. That's what's happening right now.
Okay.
So like you'll actually see there should be some bubbles on top of your coffee.
Bubbly.
Yeah, and they look colorful. They're kind of oily looking.
Right.
And so that is all the oil that you're actually getting rid of right now. It's going to aerate and it's going to go away. And
Let's film what mine looks like.
there you go.
Add it in. Yeah. Those are those bad oils right there, kids.
There they are.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now we're at a minute. So I'm going to start my first pour, and I'm going to go all the way to 350 grams on my scale right now. So what I would do is I would fill it up to about halfway up the top of your Chemex, basically. And
is there a certain spot you're going to pour it in, or do you just keep pouring it in?
Basically what you want to do is you want to go, what I like to do is I like to start in the middle and do a circular motion counterclockwise all the way out to the very edge of the coffee. And
I was going clockwise. Is that going to be a problem?
Nope.
Okay, good.
It depends on where you feel like you have the most control, really. I know that sounds so silly, but like if you're dumping too heavy, sometimes it'll over extract the bean. I mean, this is so nerdy, bro. It's so nerdy.
No, it's not.
But you end up making a really good cup of coffee, which is great. And it's like one of those things where it's become more of like a hobby, for me. And it's just kind of fun. And I have a lot of friends that love doing it too. So
yeah.
And when we're on tour, dude, like we're making coffee almost all day.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how late do you drink coffee? Like nonstop?
Sometimes even up to like 7 or 8 p.m. Depending on how late we're playing. Some nights on some of the headlining tours, like there are certain nights I'd go on at like 9, which is like my normal bedtime at home because I have 2 kids. So
your home bedtime and your tour bedtime are like barely overlap.
So I'm going to start my second pour now because the water is actually subsiding. So I'm at the very top of, basically, the water met the very top of the grounds.
Okay.
So basically when it gets low, you kind of don't necessarily want it to run out of water. You want it to kind of be a consistent thing.
Yeah. It's looking good though.
So my first pour, I usually end at 350. And then my second pour, I end at 550. And then basically where I'm going to end up is I'm going to end up at 670 on my scale. That's going to be how many grams of water that I've used to 40 grams of water. Now with you've probably done about 500 grams of water. You're probably good, depending on how much coffee. How many scoops did you do?
I did about like 3 of these.
Yeah, I would say you're probably good now.
All right, sweet.
You probably don't need to add any more water, which is clutch.
We'll just let that. Ooh, look at that! Look at it go.
There it is. Let's go.
Boom. Cheers.
Boom.
I really hope people follow along at home.
I know they're gonna be
I really hope they're pausing and like measuring out like each of these steps.
Oh my gosh, dude! Literally, they're gonna.
It takes them like an hour. Get everything prepared. Yeah.
And if they're like me, dude, it's gonna be like so terrible because the first time I watched somebody do this, anytime, I don't know if you're like this, but anytime I like get really into something, I like go in. Like all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I gotta get the coolest like scale that's got all the attachments on. Get the grinder. And it's just so funny. And I don't really start until I can get everything, you know, because I want to be able to like execute well, you know. That's like the achiever.
Got to do it right. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you do whipped coffee? Did you make a whipped coffee when that was a trend?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude, I got the worst coffee grounds for that, and I made it one with Folgers coffee.
Oh.
It was the sourest, nastiest thing I've ever drank. It was so gross.
That is sad.
So I need to do it again with like good coffee.
All right, so now I'm gonna go dump this in my garbage can real quick.
Same. All right, here we go. Boom.
So then, what I like to do is I like to just do a little.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is stir.
Yeah. Super bougie.
Super bougie. Super bougie. And then what I'll do is I'll actually let it sit for about a minute. Because for me, like if I'm drinking it too hot, sometimes it's so funny, but you'll miss some stuff. Like it won't taste.
Yeah, if it's burning your mouth, you're not going to get all the peachiness, you know?
Yeah, the peachiness, the goodness, you know what I mean? All the stuff that you want. Hold on, I'm going to go grab a mug.
All right, while we're waiting for our coffee to brew, I'm going to play a clip of your new song, Glorify. Here we go.
Let's go.
Woo!
You gave a heavenly breath and now it's air in our chest. That's why we're singing it back to you. For every battle you've won, for everything that you've done, and everything that you're gonna do. Saying too much to ever doubt it. Feels so good I wanna shout it. Yeah, when I really think about it, all I wanna do is glorify your name. We're gonna glorify your name. That's why we came to lift your name. Come on and sing. Glorify your name. We're gonna glorify your name. That's why we came. Yeah, we were made to lift your name. All the church sing.
And we're back.
Yes.
Here we go. Ready? Do you think it's ready?
Yeah, I'm just dumped it in.
Dude.
I let it sit for about 20 or 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna take my first little sip.
And this kind of coffee, this is good for your voice, right? Before you sing?
No.
Incorrect.
Yeah, so caffeine is like one of the worst things for your vocal cords.
Oh.
Yep. So I tried.
I knew dairy was bad.
Yep.
I knew that.
So dairy and caffeine, they do two different things to you, but caffeine is not a good thing for your voice. Now, I still drink a lot of caffeine. It doesn't necessarily affect me as much as I feel like some people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like, you know, some of my friends who are incredibly talented, you know, I have some people that I know that just don't do anything. Like they don't do warm-ups, they just walk on stage and they're incredible.
Wow.
But then I also know like people like Torrin Wells, who's a freak of nature. And like Torrin, he doesn't eat sugar, like because sugar really messes him up.
Oh,
and
wow.
Sugar actually really messes me up too. It's like terrible for your voice. But what's funny is he doesn't drink caffeine because it messes his voice up too.
Wow. Commitment.
For me, caffeine it doesn't really mess me up. Hey,
click. Cheers. Digital cheers. Let's try this. That is so much more flavorful than just like brewing coffee.
Bro, it really is.
It really is.
It's actually kind of weird. You know, my dad was like a Folgers guy for a really long time.
Right.
And he used to drink, dude, like 6 cups of coffee in the morning because he would go to work at 5 a.m. And he quit his job. Actually, he's been like a bit like in business his entire life, and he quit his job and he actually works for me now. And he's on the road with me all the time. And so I finally feel like I got him to, he still drinks Keurig every once in a while, but every time he has one of these, it's like, man, I only have to drink 1 cup. It's amazing. I'm like,
I
yeah,
only have to, yeah, not like 12 Keurig coffees.
yeah, because, you know, and then the rest of the day, it's like whenever if I'm drinking more than 1 cup, it's usually for a recreational purpose. It's like, oh man, we got a new bag of coffee. I want to make a cup and have a couple, you know,
Yeah, you
but
gotta have it before you go kayaking.
bro,
Get
have
that
to.
caffeine high.
In fact, my friend David and his girlfriend Savannah went with me and my wife Jamie the other day, and David makes, dude, probably one of the best baristas. He's not even a barista, but he's just incredible at making coffee. And he made me an iced coffee for the river the other day. It was legendary. I got to drink
Legendary.
coffee. Legendary. I get to drink coffee while floating down the river. It was amazing.
What the heck? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Heck yeah, man.
Bucket list right there. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on the call, man.
Bro,
This has
thank
been
you
so
for
much
having
fun.
me, man. Serious, it's been so much fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Totally. When your album comes out,
Yep.
open invitation to come on back, and maybe we can even be in person, you know? Quarantine's
Dude,
over. I can taste some of
please.
your delicious coffee, you know?
Let's go. I'll make you coffee
Let's
at
do
home. We'll do an interview in-house. Let's go.
Perfect. All right. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, bro.
Have a great rest of your day.
Hey, dude, you too.
Thanks to all the people that made this happen. Check them out. Feel free to donate to the charities below. Check out anything I link to because it's all good stuff. And feel free to subscribe, ring that bell, because every time that bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And, you know, who wants a bunch of wingless angels walking around? That would just be weird.